Now, let's talk about this, Tinashe. Kumusha Wines. What an idea. Again, goes to show the kind of person that you are, tenacious, adventurous, creative. What caused you to create this wine? Just talk to me about that.
So Kumusha Wine came to, remember I told you I was in Durban, and the friends I was playing with were literally starting their own companies, like I was mentioning now. I had a friend who was a mechanic, he had quit his job, he's opened his own enterprise. And you had these guys who had been working but realized, you know what, we're not going to go back home soon. We'd rather create our own lives. Yeah. So there was that movement.
Cheers, Tinashe.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sure. So there was that movement.
Yeah.
And coming to the naming of the wine, for me, it just said, okay, this wine is reminding me of home. I'm just going to call it Kumusha. And I remember, talking to my other friends, like, guys, this is what I want to call the names. Like, no, but you should name it in English. People understand it better. But I was like, I barely understand most of the wine labels I read, the French, the Germans, the Africans. So it's not in the name per se, but it's in the expression of it. So I just stuck up to it. And on the label, all these big wineries, because they've got history of land and everything, they always put maybe their driveway or maybe a piece of the mountain, or they put their house. And for me, I was like, I'm just going to put my house. And
and you say this is your Sekuru's house. This is your home in the Eastern Highlands.
Nyanga.
And Nyanga.
Yeah.
This is
so
where
obviously it's changed a bit, but I was fortunate enough to get an old picture. So I just went to a guy who designed it for me. And for me, it was something to connect, So I always say I'm selling wine, but I'm not literally selling wine. For me, I'm selling an experience. I'm selling, so, when it got out, people were like either surprised that, there's a Zimbabwean wine called Kumusha, or other people thought the wine was being made in Zimbabwe, but it was all in the name and all in the picture.
Mm-hmm. And how has Kumusha Wines, how have they performed? How has the brand performed?
Well, the brand is performed very well, but it's bittersweet. It's become with its own challenges as well,
What are the challenges? Talk to me about the challenges, Tinashe.
So for me, the biggest challenge has been, getting people to really appreciate and feel comfortable drinking the wine. More or less they'll be saying, okay, this is by Zimbabwe, and maybe some other mediocre stuff, and people would barely not drink it because of that. So the challenge has been, trying to get it as authentic as possible. Obviously, I wasn't worried about the wine quality, I was worried about the perception, of which it's been big perceptions where, people just don't drink it because it's a Zimbabwean wine. And the most other difficult part has been the distribution. You're sitting with cases of this wine, but there's someone who happens to find about it in America. How do you get that person that bottle of wine? How do you get, from a traditional point of view, these big wineries, they've got the distribution network, so they can get a certain wine to a certain point cheaper.
What you're saying to me, Tinashe, is marketing challenges, distribution problems, brand recognition and brand acceptance by the market. Are you overcoming those?
Yes, slowly but surely, with careful marketing and the wine being reviewed and tasted and being drunk with people, and they genuinely love it. And it's all been by, word of mouth. That's why I say word of mouth is my oxygen, because I haven't paid brand advertisements and, placing it there. It's just been word of mouth, people are appreciating and understanding the story, connecting with the brand and sharing it and recommending it. That's how I've won. So the marketing side, and it's been starting to get accepted, which is quite very good. But I think that the challenge now is just distribution and making, people get it easily.